I hung up with Tommy, and Jimmy and I hunkered down for at least 10 minutes as Uber-Moguera was bombarded by what felt like the full weight of the North Korean military. What'd they shoot us with? Spit wads? Actually, it sounded like ping pong balls bouncing off of a car. Once that stopped, Jimmy and I rushed to the bridge. Kaguya was there, waiting for us. Jimmy ran to his station and strapped on his helmet. Machine gun tanks and fighter jets! North Korea's crazier than the Boom streaming service. Sorta. Anyway, I'm just glad this patchwork mecha is immune to their pea shooters. But whatever you do, don't fight back. This is the worst place to cause an international incident.
Did you not already do that with your sarcasm?
That doesn't count. Ugh. Regardless, I don't know what they can throw at us next. We're too far away for a naval bombardment. Let's just bag and tag Pulgasari and get the heck out of Dodge. Where's the button? 'Cause that was easy. Bit too easy. Jimmy switched on the view screen. On it, we saw the bull-like Pulgasari stomping across the airfield. In front of him was a dump truck filled with steel girders. The vehicle turned abruptly and sped toward our mecha, disappearing below the bottom of the screen. Pulgasari's eyes followed it, until he looked directly at Uber-Moguera. Stared at us lustfully, his tongue licking his lips and slathering them with saliva. Jimmy, what's Uber-Moguera made of? In other words, we're a walking plate of exotic cuisine to that overgrown minotaur.
James, what language?
A voracious Pulgasari charged at us. Instinctively, Jimmy tapped a few buttons and fired Uber-Moguera's eye lasers at the monster. One tough guy in North Korea, and it had to be Bull Boy.
James, shoot him again!
It was too late. Pulgasari was about to tackle us. In desperation, Jimmy smacked the monster with one of Uber-Moguera's drill-like arms. Pulgasari flinched, but immediately grabbed the hand that struck him and bit into it. Get him off us! Jimmy smacked Pulgasari with Uber-Moguera's free arm. But the monster ignored every hit and munched on the other arm like a satisfied dog with a bone.
This is bad. What can we do now?
I don't know! Our weapons have little to no effect. Help won't arrive fast enough. The North Koreans are no good. Take it! Oh, think, Marchand! The movie? He ate a bell with the blacksmith's daughter inside, and then she petrified and exploded.
Why are Earth monsters obsessed with your women? All they want to do is kidnap or eat them.
We don't have time to answer your rhetorical questions. But maybe... Jimmy, do the escape pods work? Good. They're close enough to a bell. So... Kaguya... Her eyes widened as she raised her hands defensively. It was the most animated I'd ever seen her.
Oh no. I am not going to be kaiju bait for you again.
Our options are either let Hornhead eat our mecha, which leaves us defenseless against the North Koreans, or we take an unpleasant gamble with you and survive.
But it was not my blood that brought him back to life.
Yeah, and exploding after eating the one whose blood did bring him to life made so much sense. Raymond and Gary would eat the North Korean legal system for breakfast.
James, tell him this idea is stupid.
Under much protest, Kaguya begrudgingly went to the back room and stuffed herself into one of the escape pods. Thankfully, Uber-Moguera's Space Steel/NT1 alloy arm proved delicious but tough to chew for Pulgasari. Not today, Pulgy! The energy blast hit Pulgasari in the eyes, and he lurched. tearing off a chunk of Uber-Moguera's arm in his mouth. He chewed and swallowed it. Jimmy turned the mechas back to the monster and switched the view screen to aft view.
Come on, bull hockey. Say
As if on command, Pulgasari licked his lips and charged at us, roaring.
Launch!
The spherical escape pod shot from the back of Uber-Moguera's head like a baseball, and right into Pulgasari's gullet. He stopped dead in his tracks, wide-eyed in shock, with an expression that almost seemed to scream, "Not again!" He raised his fist and roared as he turned into stone and exploded. Jimmy maneuvered Uber-Moguera closer. From the gritty cloud emerged a baby Pulgasari and a scowling Kaguya, both of them covered head to toe in gray dust.
She looks about as happy as a hornet after someone kicked its nest. You're not the only one.
A few minutes later...
Hey, Kaguya! So, how's Pulgasari?
He's sleeping like an infant.
Good, and how are you?
She raised her hands and framed her face with almost claw-like fingers.
What is this burning sensation on my face? No, it is stronger than anger.
Hate?
Yes, hate. I have felt it before, but not like this. I hate what just happened to me. It was confusing and disgusting and horrifying. But
she grimaced.
I hate you, Nate, for feeding me to Pulgasari.
But it had to be done.
I don't care!
I knew I was in trouble when she suddenly used a contraction.
All right, I'm sorry.
I will get over it. Just leave me alone for a while. You were correct, James. I just need to clean up and sleep.
As she walked toward the door to her and Jimmy's cabin...
The controller was less of a tyrant than this country's leader.
Ugh. Jimmy, get us out of here before they summon a dragon or a giant tiger or something to fight us. We'll have Ricky's drones take baby Pulgasari back to the island after we're on the other side of the 38th parallel. Hey, and now you're officially my partner in crime in this country. I'll be in my cabin.
I threw myself on my cot as I heard Uber-Moguera's engines fire up. All I ever do is come up with no ideas or bad ideas that make people angry even if they work. Kaguya's pissed at me. Again! That's 2 big strikes. I don't need my best friend's fiancé to hate me. Not when she's still developing emotionally and we're all stuck together in cramped quarters. Such a failure. End journal entry.
MIFV Episode 94 Prologue and Epilogue. The Hunting of the Snarky Nate, Parts 1 and 2. Starring Nathan Marchand as MIFV Nate, Nate Chen as the North Korean commander, and Rebecca Olivia Hodges as Kaguya. Written, directed, produced, and edited by Nathan Marchand. Music tracks included For Her Soul by Ro Taka and Abandoned by God by Ro Taka. Sound effects sourced from freesound.org and created by JP Gant. Our story segments were made possible by the generous MIFV MAX members on Patreon, including executive producer Damon Noyes. This is a fan production and no copyright infringement is intended or implied. All characters, video clips, and audio clips belong to their respective copyright holders. MIFV is a Moonlighting Ninjas media production and a proud member of Pod Nation. Thank you for listening. Next time, Mother May I?